Mariah Carey's New Year's Eve meltdown is still the thing everybody is talking about because they want to know who's really to blame here. Mariah's team says that, well, now what Mariah's team is even, I think, more sinister.
While you were skiing, I was knee-deep in this story, and I loved it. No, but I loved it. I had so much fun with this story. I can't even tell you.
That metaphor is so awful.
Knee-deep for him's not very high, though.
Okay. So let me tell you what's going on, because I love the story. So you know that Mariah couldn't hear, didn't sing, was kind of standing there. You know the whole story. Everybody saw it. It was a train wreck. So we broke a story on the website the next day based on Mariah's people talking to us. She says that this was deliberate, that she was sabotaged and that they wanted it so that she couldn't hear, because they thought it would boost ratings both this year and next year. And that's why Dick Clark Productions did not heed her warnings. The warnings that came, she says, as early as 3 in the afternoon when she did a sound check and said that the sound is wonky. Then an hour before, she goes on and does an interview with Ryan Seacrest. Listen to this, because you hear her an hour before say, "I can't hear you." You listen to this.
I listened to it again today. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
It's hard for me to get
There's the little ones running around.
You see her kind of point to her ear. So here's what happened. So then she goes over to the production.
She clearly, by the way, I want to say, you can see in that she seems concerned more than just at that moment. She's like, I still can't hear you, like I'm not hearing you.
So then she and her team go over to the production trailer where they're kind of orchestrating this whole thing, and they tell the people in the production trailer, this is according to her side, that look, she can't hear. They tell her, according to her side, it'll be fine when you get on stage, the frequency's different. So they kind of put a pin in it, and then 6 minutes before she goes on live, she goes over to this tent where they do last-minute makeup, and she can't hear in the tent, and so she tells the production people again, I can't hear. And they say, when you go on stage, it will actually be different. So 2 minutes after that, so 4 minutes before air, she goes up on the stage because she wants to make sure it's okay. She can't hear. And they're saying, it'll work, and then it doesn't.
That is absurd to me. That makes no sense. At that last moment, especially with everything that had happened leading up to it, there's no confidence, there's no reason for anybody who works for Mariah Carey to say, no, I'm not saying that cancel it, just saying, hey, you guys got to work this out before she gets on stage.
They're introducing her.
No, you said this 4 minutes before.
Well, right, but then what are they going to do?
So
regardless if she told them or not, if they fixed it or not, when she went on stage and just acted like, oh, my ear's not working, I can't do anything, when the audience is screaming the song at her, everyone else,
well,
I just feel like it's inexcusable.
She needs to hear it to be able to...
No. She couldn't hear. She thought watch this, she rips her earpiece out, and she
was hoping that she'd be able to hear it.
She can hear it.
There are monitors along the stage, there are speakers along the stage.
The sound was so loud. Because she knows.
And I understand that. That totally makes sense.
So she couldn't do it.
I get that, but my point, I don't understand how she goes on stage when she is yet to hear anything correct in her ear.
If Mariah Carey didn't walk on stage and boycotted, people would be going nuts on her.
Oh, come on. You tell me.
Nuts on her.
Ryan Seacrest can't vamp for a few minutes and go like, hey, we're having a little problem. We're going to work it out with Mariah's, with her audio, and then we're going to, then she's going to be on stage.
Somebody does a story that Mariah Carey refused to go out, and she could have done it like a trooper, and she could have...
Mariah Carey refused to go out because the audio isn't working.
People would have killed her.
No, they wouldn't.
They would have killed her. They would have said, you could hear it in Times Square, and they would have never known you couldn't.
She wouldn't be on stage for them to say that.
Thing is, Dick Clark...
They should work it out before she goes on stage.
Dick Clark's people told me, that it was her own damn fault because she was such a diva that when they did the sound check at 3 o'clock, she decided she was too good for it, and she had her stand-in do it. But we got these pictures and some video. Clearly, we know Mariah Carey did the sound check because that's her at 3 o'clock doing the sound check, and she said it was wonky then. So I don't know why Dick Clark's people said that, but they said they hung it on that.
All right, so is it possible that she had a stand-in there for a part of the sound check, right?
No, it was only for the dancing part. For the dancing part.
Right.
But not for the singing part, and she had her ear in. And
so the story then is that somebody is so ticked at her quote-unquote diva behavior...
Well, that's what she's saying.
That they then say, all right, we'll get back at her and we're going to sabotage her audio.
Now, Dick Clark Productions is saying it's defamatory. Here's my favorite part. My favorite part was this. We put this up yesterday. Somebody from her team, here's what they said. We could be in Aspen right now having the best time instead of being in dog blank Times Square that smells like a blanking sewer. I just cannot believe it.
That ain't right, man. I'm not gonna laugh at that. Why you know what? I thought Mariah Carey's a New Yorker. Right?
She didn't say it. Somebody else said it.
Well,
anyway.
Don't sit right.
Okay, anyway, I just thought the whole thing was hilarious.
Yes, Reginald, Ypsilanti, Michigan. About Mariah's situation, I think it's unfortunate that she had technical difficulties like that because she's blaming Dick Clark's production company. Dick Clark, people saying it's her fault. In a situation when it's live TV, you have situations like that and you just don't know what's going to come about.
Yep. True statement.
Well, I
but
guess
you couldn't hear.
I guess the takeaway here is if you're on New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark Production, make sure you're there for sound check, otherwise they will sabotage you.
Well, she was there for sound check. No, but she was there for sound check.
Don't have a double in there doing the dance
dancing.
steps.
Oh, come on.
Well, exactly. That's why it doesn't make sense.
Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.